This is my vlog for my social studies lesson plan. I'm placed at Cape Bond Elementary and I am in a kindergarten classroom. However, I have not seen any social studies being taught in any of the classrooms, so I chose to bump up a grade to first grade for this lesson plan. And I chose to do the Tennessee Standard of Social Studies 1.12 using cardinal directions on a map, essentially just north, east, south, west. And obviously, when it came to thinking about how to implement a social studies lesson plan using the I do, we do, you do method, geography personally felt like it worked the best for this method, so I stuck with that. And I made my lesson about 20 minutes just to keep students engaged and make it quick and simple. Also, I said this lesson built on prior knowledge of reading map symbols such as where lakes, cities, interstates, things like that are, so it could build on top of that. My materials I would be using are a bucket, flashcards, PowerPoint, and activity sheets. And as far as the PowerPoint, I just plan to have a basic world map on the board, so you can see that north, east, south, west, because if you just pretend the classroom as a whole is north, it doesn't work, because classrooms face all different directions. Some can be south, some can be north, some can be west. It's just simpler to visually put a map in front of the classroom where all students can see, so they can have a general understanding of that and no confusion. And obviously this will implement a Model E test instruction. Some of the academic vocabulary I chose for this lesson is obviously north, east, south, west, direction, cardinal, up, down, left, right, because that will be used during the activity sheet. And when it comes to the lesson itself, my introduction is simply just wanting to assess where students are, if they actually know where north is and south and all that on the map is, or if they're completely clueless, and to teach them about the way I was taught to remember it. I think it's a universal method, so it's just the best way to go. Never eat soggy waffles. I just feel like it's an easy, simple way for students to remember. And as far as the lesson activity, I will have a bucket with flashcards in it, multiple saying like north, south, east, west, and I plan to pull one out. For example, this one says south, and I would like students to essentially point in the direction of south or point to an object in the classroom that's south. And as far as the I do method, I will show them how to do it. Like I will pull out south and I will say, I'll point to the back of the room, because that would be south according to the map, and I will just point out objects in the room. And for the we do part, I'll pull out another one, which is north, and we'll do it together. We'll point in the direction of north, which is essentially the front of the classroom, and point at objects in the room. And then for the rest of them, I will have the students do it themselves. Like pull out another one, for example, east, have students point to east of the classroom and just tell me items, objects in the classroom that are in that direction. And I plan for that to be approximately about 10 minutes. Closing activity, I want to do a activity sheet that's like a reading map that obviously deals with north, south, east, and west, but implements reading legend keys of things to build off of prior knowledge. Don't think I could flip this around, so I hope we can see it. So example, the first question is label north, south, east, and west on the compass rose. And then as you go down, for example, question number 3, the rowboats are blank of the campfire. So since this is a lesson that is building up on prior knowledge, they should know these things. And I'll obviously assist in the actual compass if students need it to tell where north, east, south, and west is. I've had to do that in high school functional skills setting. It has been very beneficial, but I chose this activity because it does focus on what is being taught in this lesson and what has happened in a previous lesson. And my post-assessment is obviously to collect data on this activity sheet and the previous activities, just to know where they are in reading map symbols and obviously differentiating between what's north, south, east, and west on a map.